The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area was established by the United States Congress in 2009 and represents a distinctive cultural landscape shaped by the dynamic intersection of Appalachian and Delta cultures. This intersection has produced a powerful concentration of nationally significant cultural icons, including King of Rock and Roll Elvis Presley, First Lady of Country Music Tammy Wynette, blues legend Howlin Wolf, civil rights icons Ida B. Wells-Barnett and James Meredith, America's favorite playwright Tennessee Williams, and Nobel-Laureate William Faulkner. The stories of the Mississippi Hills are many and powerful, from music and literature to Native American and African American heritage to the Civil War. The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area supports the local institutions that preserve and share Northeast Mississippi's rich heritage. Begin your discovery of the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of our region by visiting the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area online at mississipphills.org.
023 FM, along for the ride. Musical credit belongs to Hill Country Blues guitar legend Gary Burnside and the late great Buddy Grisham, playing Long Way Home from their album Acoustic Brothers, which was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
This program was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
Hey, Shark fans, it's Melinda with another episode of Heard It on the Shark. And today in Sun Bear Studio, I have Miss Rondie Rogers from Tupelo. She runs a place called We Rock the Spectrum Tupelo. Rondie, thank you so much for coming over.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me about We Rock the Spectrum. What is that franchise?
We Rock the Spectrum is an all-inclusive kids gym. It is for all children, but the equipment is especially designed for those with special needs. So if you have a child with autism, we have things that will help with balance, sensory needs. We even have a calming room where when things get so overstimulating, they can go and just calm down. We have soft toys, soft lighting, and even a noise machine. They can just chill out.
The franchise is nationwide. Are they everywhere?
They are. They're worldwide. They've recently opened one in Australia. I mean, it's a big thing. There's over 152 locations worldwide, but we are the first in Mississippi.
Oh, get out. The first in Mississippi. That's awesome.
Yes.
All right, and you're located in Tupelo. Now, how old is this franchise? Have you guys been open very long?
We just opened our doors May 25th.
So you're a brand new business in Tupelo.
Yes.
You wouldn't think that because I just checked you out on Facebook and you already have over 2,000 followers. That's pretty good for just opening.
It is. It's much needed in our area to have something designed for those special needs kiddos.
What got you interested in this?
My son, Brantley, shout out to Brantley, is 11, and he was diagnosed at 8 with autism. And that began my journey on how can I help my son? And I looked for resources and groups, what can I do to help him be successful in life? And I looked on every social media outlet, everything, and I found a TikTok that showed We Rock the Spectrum. And immediately it was like God just said, yes, that's what you need to do. And I showed my husband, and it was like God told him yes, because we have always said we don't want to be business owners. Like, no. But we just felt led to do this because our area really needed it. And here we are.
Tell me, do you have to have an autism diagnosis or do you have to have special needs to come to the gym?
Absolutely not. We're all inclusive, so we have all kinds of children that come. I mean, if you have your neurotypical child, they're going to love it. If you have a child on the spectrum, they're going to love it. It's for all kids. And what I love about our gym is when you look out there, you can't pinpoint who has what. They're just kids playing.
Do they come by themselves? Do their parents come with them? How does that work?
Parents come in when we have our open play times. You can walk in and pay $16 for 2 hours, and the parents do have to stay with them and monitor them. But it's like an indoor playground
And so they can go out there and play by themselves, and the parents are just sitting off to the side.
Right, or they
reading
can
a
play
book.
with them,
Okay.
or whichever. Yeah, we do have a space where parents can sit with their laptop if they want to bring work or whatever and play, and the kids play. But they can also go out there as long as they have socks on their feet. They can go and interact with them, and we don't charge the parents.
Oh, nice. So $16 for 2 hours for just the child, and the parent can just come in at no cost.
Right.
What are your hours?
Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, and on Sunday from 2 to 6.
Again, I want to ask, that's for any child. Everybody can come to this.
Yes, any child. And we also offer birthday parties and field trips. We even have some youth groups that are coming on Wednesday nights and renting the space to just let their kids play, and they can do their devotional with them.
What age range is allowed?
We typically say starting at 12 months, as soon as they can walk, ready to play, then because we do have a toddler and infant section, and up. And we don't really have a cutoff. There are some weight limits on our swings, 300 pounds on the swings, but other than that, any age is welcome.
Do you find that you have to intervene sometimes? Do kids get a little overwhelmed and you have to help out?
Oh, of course, yes. But we have an awesome staff. All of our staff is CPR, first aid trained, and they have a heart for these kids. So, yeah, if they're out of hand, we might have to step in from time to time. But for the most part, they're so busy. There's so much to do to keep them entertained that there's not a whole lot of redirection that we have to do.
You were a teacher until May, and then you opened this franchise in Tupelo, and so this is a brand new venture for you. You haven't even not returned back to school yet, right?
Right.
Are you nervous?
A little bit, because I know come July, August, like that's my time to prep my classroom, and not doing that it seems kind of weird. But I'm also so blessed by the children that are coming in every day that I think they're going to fill that void for me.
Oh, I think so too. This has been so needed, and I'm so glad that you've done it. And Tupelo is such a great hub for North Mississippi. A lot of us go to Tupelo anyway to go shopping, and so you could just fold in coming to your place as a treat at the end of shopping, or we're going to go eat dinner, but first we're going to go to the playground like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody's going to want to come to this, so give us some contact information and ways that we can follow you.
Our phone number, 662-432-5956. We are located in Spanish Village 2, 146 South Thomas Street, it's right behind the big Spanish Village. So right on the other end of the Autism Center, actually. You can find us on social media. We Rock the Spectrum Tupelo. We have a Facebook, Instagram, and a TikTok. Our email address is info@werockthespectrumtupelo.com, and our website is www.werockthespectrumtupelo.com.
Okay, and I'll put all that in the show notes so people don't have to write it down. They can just look down in the show notes and find it if you're listening to this on the podcast. If you're listening on the radio, you can always find us at shark1023.com, our normal website. All of these facts will be listed in the show notes there. Okay, Rondi, tell me, what is your favorite thing to do at the gym?
That's a good question. My favorite thing is probably the arts and crafts room. We have a huge chalkboard, and I love seeing what the kids write each day. Sometimes they leave messages and pictures, and it's all. That's probably my favorite spot. But I would say the kids, the biggest hit is the zip line. They love the zip line.
Zip line.
Yes.
Wait, tell me about that.
Okay, so there's steps. You climb up and you grab a hold of it, and there's a full-length mirror they can watch themselves sliding down, and then there's a crash pit at the end they just fall into. They love it.
Okay, I may just have to come do that zip line. I feel like it might be safe enough for me to try.
Yeah, I tried it once when nobody was in the gym because I didn't want anybody to laugh at me. But, that's not really for me. But you go ahead.
You go right back to the arts and crafts room?
Yes.
So there's something for everybody, for the people who like that excitement and for the people who like a little bit more quiet play.
Exactly. Our gym floor, there's a lot going on. We've got the zip line, the swings, the rock wall, the trampoline. So, yes, then we have that quiet room where it's just soft music and they can kind of escape all that busyness.
I like that too because sometimes siblings are that way. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you've got the rambunctious, wild sibling, and then you've got the sibling who would just like to color and be quiet, and you can both be happy there.
Right.
Everybody, this has been Rondie Rogers, who is the owner and manager of We Rock the Spectrum Tupelo. Thank you so much for your vision. Thank you so much for doing what you dreamed about.
Thank you for having me.
Shark fans, that's it for this edition of Heard It on the Shark. Tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. to find out what's happening with local community leaders. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for an interview, or if you want access to this interview, head to our website, shark1023.com, and click on the podcast tab. Keep it tuned to the Shark 1023 and have a great rest of the day.
The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area was established by the United States Congress in 2009 and represents a distinctive cultural landscape shaped by the dynamic intersection of Appalachian and Delta cultures. This intersection has produced a powerful concentration of nationally significant cultural icons, including King of Rock and Roll Elvis Presley, First Lady of Country Music Tammy Wynette, blues legend Howlin Wolf, civil rights icons Ida B. Wells-Barnett and James Meredith, America's favorite playwright Tennessee Williams, and Nobel-Laureate William Faulkner. The stories of the Mississippi Hills are many and powerful, from music and literature to Native American and African American heritage to the Civil War. The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area supports the local institutions that preserve and share Northeast Mississippi's rich heritage. Begin your discovery of the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of our region by visiting the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area online at MississippiHills.org.
This show is made possible by JC Media, LLC in Ripley, Mississippi. JC Media owns the Shark 102.3 Classic Rock FM radio station where the show is hosted, and Sun Bear Recording Studio where the interviews are recorded. We need your feedback and support. If you listen to the podcast on a player like iTunes, Google Podcasts, or Amazon Music, please subscribe to the show and leave us a review. We also have an email in which you can share your feedback. That email is theshark1023@gmail.com. Subscribe to our podcast on your favorite app or stream episodes online at shark1023.com/podcasts. Today's episode was produced by Melinda Marsalis. It was edited by Rick Williams and engineered by Chris Marsalis. The podcast technician is Joyce Grady.